Welcome to this section 2 of Starting with Angular. This is Brett Hooper with Aloha Codeworks, and we're going to get rolling with Angular now with some hands-on work. So let's go. We can begin by setting up a dev environment and setting up a project so we can code. We'll see by doing how we can use the Angular CLI tool to install Angular, set up a project, and do even more heavy lifting for us. We'll see how the CLI tool creates a pristine base project to springboard development. We'll then compare the scaffolded project to the Angular architecture design and understand why our app is structured the way it is. We'll discover the core building blocks of Angular and how those blocks work alone and in harmony with each other to create an Angular application. In the process, we'll start an exposure to TypeScript and see what its syntax looks like and how it compares to normal JavaScript. We'll get these basics under our belt to prepare us for understanding the Angular constructs and libraries that are our building blocks for amazing web applications. So let's move forward and set up our dev environment. We'll now set up a Cloud9 environment with Angular installed and configured. I'll be working in the Cloud9 Online IDE, which is a great dev environment. Please join me in the cloud on Cloud9 for the exercises in this course. If you'd rather use a local installation, feel free. Just have npm fully installed so you can follow along with these next steps. If you're not familiar with Cloud9, it's a fully browser-based zero installation IDE and will give us the same IDE experience regardless of the platform you're using, whether it's Mac, Windows, or even your tablet. So go to c9.io and create a free account. A free account on Cloud9 allows us to do everything covered in this course. So here I am in my Cloud9 account dashboard, which is the main screen of my Cloud9 account. I'll create a new workspace and name it My NG App. NG is short for Angular. I'll add a description. And I'm choosing private access. You can choose private or public. It doesn't matter. And then be sure to use the blank template to set up a really basic project. Then click the green button and Cloud9 will chug away and set up a new workspace for us. Here in the new workspace that Cloud9 has so kindly set up for us, npm is already installed and available for us to use. But we need to upgrade the version of npm for the Angular CLI tool to work. So at the command line, use nvm install 6.9.1, and the version of npm will install. Then enter the command nvm alias default 6.9.1, and this will make our updated version of npm the default in our Cloud9 workspace. We can now get the Angular CLI tool installed and ready for us to use. We'll rely heavily on the Angular CLI tool as it gives us a wonderful tool set for initializing Angular projects, generating components, routes, services, and pipes with test scripts and more. All of this with easy terminal commands. So let's download and install Angular CLI. Go to a terminal by clicking the expand button on the minimize terminal, and at the Cloud9 project root, use the following command: npm install -g Angular-CLI, and hit enter. And this process may take a while, so be patient. Lots of downloading. With Angular CLI installed and ready to go, we want to set up and initialize our new project. Simply enter ng new ng-app. And what we're doing is telling the Angular CLI tool to create a new Angular project for us and name it ng-app. Hit enter, and this will take a while because there's lots and lots of downloading here. With the initialization process complete, we need to add one quick modification because we're running our app in the Cloud9 environment, and localhost doesn't mean anything in this context. The server needs to be pointed to the correct URI because it serves our application to a public URL. If we update our npm start command in the package.json file, we can start the Angular dev server with npm and have the proper host, port, and live reload port set for us automatically. We can go to our project root directory and click on the package.json file. On the line showing our npm start command, we can add the following: ngserve --host 0.0.0.0 --port 8080 and --live --reload --port 8081. And we can save this file and we're all set. We can open a new terminal and cd to our application root. Then use npm start to start the app server. We can then click the preview button on the top toolbar, then click the preview running application link to have a browser open within the IDE. And we're up and running with our first Angular application. If we go into the app root directory and then into the /source/app directory, we'll see a file called app.component.ts. Open that file by double-clicking and edit the title line. Then we can save it, and a recompile will automatically happen, and we'll see our page update. And we are good to go.